Yeah. Ghost, we make him fly like a ghost. If he want talking the game, the heater gon' turn into toast. If he pull out and we split on, he was just doing a distance. Promise we ain't gon' miss him. His soul gon' fly when we lift him. Bye, good riddance. Why is this harm her feelings? To the top on a mission. I got a shot, take it with precision. You ain't up if you ain't down to get it. Fuck your bob if you ain't bobbing with us. No, no, no. Bye, bye, bye. Glock him out. He ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. You ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. Headshot, knock him out. Ah, get him. Bye, good riddance. Sorry I had to do this. Sorry I'm being a nuisance. I just gotta get it. Hi, I'm Mary Jeans on my Louis V for the belt. 2 G's for the belt. No, the heater gon' make 'em out. Promise the heater gon' make 'em out. OD niggas know me. I just move along with the hand of
What the hell? Where am I? Sorry, guys. Sorry, hold on a second. I don't know what's happening here. Can you guys see me? I don't see myself on the screen. I don't know. My Wi-Fi is acting crazy right now. Where the hell am I? Oh my goodness gracious, man. Oh, I know. Duh. Sorry, guys. I removed myself. Sorry. And my Wi-Fi is being disrespectful. Sorry, guys. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. All right? The hell? You already know it's part of my shtick. Stop acting like y'all don't know that already. Let me say hello really quickly. My Audie. Hey, shorty. How you doing? How you doing, my Audie? My sassy nerd girl. Hey, my Stanley Cup. It was Stanley Cup's birthday. Saturday. I was super duper sick. So was she. So, if you could wish my Stanley Cup a happy birthday. It was Pretend Fashionista's birthday a few days before that. It's birthday after birthday. Oof. Tomorrow is one of my son's birthdays. It's never ending. So happy birthday, my beautiful favorite Stanley Cup. All right, let's see who. Hey, my M to the B. How you doing? My chronic space. How you doing? I know. Shut your asses up. It's part of my damn shtick, y'all. It's part of my damn shtick. Y'all already know that. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Acting like y'all don't know. That just comes with the territory. My Wi-Fi is acting up. It is what it is. So we're just gonna pretend that we don't see that. So hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I know it's a little dark. I'm in my son's room. I was gonna open up his curtains, because there's a door to the balcony. I was gonna open up the curtains, but then it was like too much light on this side, super dark on this side. So I just said, let's all be dark. It's better. And I'm sorry if you can hear the AC. It is hot. And I came in here because my other son has to go to work in a little while, and I didn't want to be super loud, like right where he's at. And my daughter-in-law is still upstairs. So my son, two of my sons are in. They play softball. They're in a softball league, so they're playing softball. So anyway, I'm here while they're at softball. I say I can't be here long. Let me not say that. I'm not going to say that, because every time I say I'm not going to be here long, I'm here like 4 hours. So this is going to be a long one. Reverse psychology. This is going to be super duper long, 5 hours. Okay, let's just keep it like that. Hey, Teresa, my girl. Hey, JJ, what the hell you snuck in, girl? Where you snuck in, girl? How are you, sweetie? Busy with work. I get it, mama. It is freaking Monday. So, hi, everybody. We're going to talk about relapse prevention. But first, we got to do the obligatory, like, makeup slash blah, 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 blah. So, I heard somebody, I'm not even going to say who, because it doesn't matter, ragging on Dollar Tree, on skincare from Dollar Tree, and all of that stuff. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I have bought skincare from Dollar Tree, but I always read the ingredients and I read the ingredient order, the order that they're in. I have put them in side by side, like versus with high-end skincare that I have that I like. Sorry, storm it, you're here. And I go by the ingredient list. Let me close this door. Sorry, because I'm still talking loud and my son is sleeping. Hold on. Let me close the door. Okay, sorry about that. I do go by the ingredient list. Now, I'm not saying go get your whole skincare regimen from freaking Dollar Tree. Um, but there's nothing wrong with Dollar Tree. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, I used to be like a makeup skincare snob. Um, yeah, no. Okay, you read the ingredient list, and I watch a lot of like the Welsh brothers. You know, James Welsh is like a skincare expert. I watch Hiram. He knows a lot about skincare, and they talk about the ingredient list and the order that they're in. Anyone who picks on Dollar Tree skincare needs to watch my girl Vivian tries. She yes, exactly, Stanley Cup. I try it. Hey, Eldon, my sweet Eldon. I try the stuff and I don't recommend it unless I've tried it for a month. You need to try like skincare for a month. I tried things for a month. Of course, there's things that you are misses and some are hits, but there's some stuff that I even suggested to my sons that my sons started using and they really like. And I buy backups like spot treatments. There's this one spot treatment that's super good. It has dried up like little acne because my youngest is still 20, so he still gets the occasional acne, and he hates it. And so I get him, the spot treatment there, and a lot of the skincare. I like it. Again, it's about the ingredients and in the order they're in, because the ingredients highest on the list are the ones that have the highest concentration, right? So even if it says, oh, it has like niacinamide, if niacinamide is the last ingredient, that means it has the least of niacinamide, and the benefits of niacinamide are going to be very, very minor. Again, I'm not a freaking expert, okay? I'm just somebody who has done research, tries to take good care of my skin. I don't have perfect skin by no stretch of the imagination, but I try to take care of my skin. Hey, baby blue eyes, how are you, shorty? Hey, Debbie Romero. Gotta say the R with the R. Hi, Mama. How are you? It's a Monday. Had all of my staff at my house for a meeting and dealing with the fire. Yes, JJ, I'm only talking about this because JJ has shared it. JJ had a fire. JJ is like, her business is like in a strip where there's a bunch of businesses, all. You ever been to, it's like kind of like a strip mall kind of thing, or like a plaza. It's a plaza. Strip mall gives me a different visual. It's like a plaza. We have a plaza around here. Got to be careful. Can't say which plaza because people are unwell on the internet. Try to find you. But there's a plaza where there's a bunch of stores and a supermarket and all of that. So it's kind of that. And the fire started next door in an attic of the UPS store. And of course, it spread to the neighboring businesses. And JJ's business was burnt down. Um, by the grace of God, JJ's smart and she saves and all the stuff. So she hasn't missed a beat. All her employees have still been able to work. They've been working remotely. So JJ still afforded them the ability to still earn a paycheck, even though this is devastating. And I'm so sorry, JJ. There are some people who thought it was funny, posted about it laughing. I don't understand how anyone can think it's funny. It's not even only about JJ's business. It's about all her employees and all the other businesses that those families may be out of work. We don't know if the other businesses had the ability to continue to have them working. It's devastating, right? You wake up, your business is gone, your job is gone. Like it's devastating. And I don't understand how anybody would think that that's funny or something to be like, ha ha, that's evil. In my opinion, that's evil. And I would never celebrate somebody's home burning down, somebody's work burning down. Like there could have been casualties. Like it just shows you who people are when they think it's funny to gloat and mock somebody losing their business. So horrendous. But again, by the grace of God, JJ's very smart with her business, doesn't live beyond her means. So thank God her and her employees are okay. So, hey, my Bliss Chris, my girl. I saw Mrs. Robinson. Where did I see Mrs. Robinson? Where did you go? Hey, Mrs. Robinson. So I just wanted to say that I love you, JJ. And again, I'm sorry. And God bless you. Yes, Mrs. Robinson. Evil, evil, evil. Those people show who they are with that stuff. They can get fucked all for all I care. I know, JJ, but I just said it. I wasn't going to share that. I didn't even do community posts about it because, we knew as soon as it happened. Of course, JJ's our best friend, so she told us what happened, and that's like the most helpless feeling. Like, what can you do? First of all, I'm in Jersey. She's in Florida. I can't be there to hug her, and there's nothing you can do, right? Like, it was horrible. All of us were like, oh my God, it was so helpless. It was horrible. And I don't see how anybody could make fun of that. I would never laugh at anybody suffering any kind of loss. So I wanted to say that. Also, I don't know if you guys know, I don't know when the last time I was live. I'm the worst with that. Empress, you may know, Empress suffered a loss. She lost her husband. And she has my deepest, most heartfelt condolences. She does have a Cash App. I had screenshot it. I know it's Empress Oops or something like that. I will find it and I will post it on my community tab again. Nobody's obligated, but if anybody wants to help her, again, she just lost her husband. Horrendous, right? Suffering a loss like that. There's also someone else who is dealing with a lot. Sophie, I think I'll get in touch with Sophie to get the woman's GoFundMe, and I would like to share it again. Nobody's obligated, none of that. Okay. She has to construct a ramp for her husband's wheelchair. Nobody's obligated to donate. If you'd like to donate, if you can afford to donate, never give something you can't afford to lose, or it's going to be a problem later, or you're going to hold over someone's head. You know what I mean? Oh, remember, we're in 1941. I gave you $5. If you're that kind of person, please don't donate. No one's obligated. So I will get with Sophie, get the GoFundMe and share it. I don't share GoFundMes very often because, things can happen, right? But this woman has really, really been going through it. Didn't want to ask for help. So, okay. Yes. The other businesses had to lay off their employees. It's devastating. That is devastating, and I'm so sorry. That's horrible. So I'm saying this is not funny. I don't think it's funny at all. Even if I didn't know, like, I would never think somebody's business getting burnt down is funny. I don't have to know JJ not to think it's funny. Like, I don't understand, like, how, in what universe is that funny? Like, haha. I'll never understand. There's a lot going on in the world. Texas suffered some devastating floods. Little kids, thank God, the toll I saw. I don't watch the news, guys. I'm sorry. This is about relapse, but I just thought we'd segue into it. I don't watch the news because the news devastates me. I've been that way for many years. I had to stop watching the news, even virtual news. I can't really watch it. And that's insane, right? Because I'm a horror movie buff, but that's fake, right? I know it's fake. Like, I know Jason Voorhees is not really wearing a hockey mask. You know what I mean? Hacking people up. It's fake. But real life stuff like that, it's harder for me to watch. Anyway, the missing was 100, and now it went down to 3 missing. Anyone missing or any life loss is devastating, but it was 100 people missing, and it's gone down to 3 people missing, which is significant. So all of them will be in my prayers. People that lost their homes, all the things, right, in floods. So I didn't really talk about it too much because it was children, and it was just, doesn't mean I don't care. Doesn't mean I don't do things in my private, personal life to try to help out, stuff like that. I don't feel like I have to come to the internet and show you if I donated or if you know what I mean? I don't do it for the internet. So anyway, yeah. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you, guys. You got disgusting a-holes thinking that I don't understand that. I'll never understand that. So thank you all for the condolences, the prayers, all of that. It's important. So I wanted to talk about that. Oh, I was talking about the Dollar Tree because I wanted to show you something. And hey, my Steven, my girl, I've missed you. Hi, Kayla. How are you? Beautiful. So good to see you. So before we get into the relapse, people know I love the Sol de Janeiro, the body mist, the pistachio and caramel is my ish. Also the bum bum cream. is my ish love it. So I used to have the small little ones, and I still have them because I scoop some out of here so I could travel because I'm not traveling with this big one. I keep one of the little ones in my purse at all times. My dude is like, oh my God, that smells heavenly, like edible. So gotta keep this, ladies. I'm telling you. So anyway, I went to Dollar Tree like I do, and they had this spa luxury Brazilian soul buttercream pistachio and caramel. So it is a dupe for the Sol de Janeiro. Okay, I'm gonna show you. It's like the same size. Um, I bought two because they were $1.25, and I was like, could give one to my son. Um, because my sons like to be all lotioned up. So let me show you the difference. This one is bigger. The Sol de Janeiro is bigger. That's what it looks like. So it's kind of mimicking the Sol de Janeiro. It does smell like caramel and pistachio, except like when you open it, it smells like, is this the one I opened? No. Oh yeah, this is the one I opened. It does come full, and it smells a lot like the Sol de Janeiro. It smells just like it. The only difference is that when you scoop some out and put it on your skin, the smell dissipates. The Sol de Janeiro, the smell lasts hours. You heard? Hours. And your skin feels like silk. I still have that much left. I love this. Listen, I cannot be without this. Oh my God. So that's the difference. This one lasts for hours. You put it on your skin, and your skin is going to feel like silk, and you're going to smell like caramel and pistachio for hours. This one, not so much. You'll smell it when you open it, when you first like rub it on your hands. You'll smell it. It'll last a little bit, but there's no comparison. And of course, there's no comparison in the price. You're paying a lot more for this one. You're paying $1.25, dude. Like, what do you expect for $1.25? Let's be realistic. But I would buy it. I would buy it. I did buy it. I did buy it. And I like it. So when I'm out the shower and I'm not going anywhere, I am not going to use this one. Why would I? And nobody gonna smell me. This one smells good. So I use this one. And now if I'm going out, you already know I'm gonna use the real deal. The real deal. So, but it's pretty big, not as big again as the Sol de Janeiro, but it's pretty big. So if you guys like the smell of caramel, which is my favorite smell, and you don't want to, or you can't, it's expensive, I would try this one. I would try this one. They have a whole bunch of Brazilian products. Oh my God, they had the watermelon, what is it? The Glow Recipe. They have a bunch of dupes for Glow Recipe. They have the avocado, the watermelon toner. I didn't buy those because I have the originals, and I'm like, that's a bit much. But they did have a bunch of the dupes for the Glow Recipe. Again, the watermelon toner, the avocado cream, and all of that. But again, I have the originals. Yes, I know, JJ. I know. LadyRed, my beautiful girl. How are you, my beauty? Yes, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't smell. It. I mean, it smells good. It smells. It's crazy because when you open it, it smells the same, but it doesn't last. You know what I mean? Like once you take it out, it doesn't last. Sorry, my Wi-Fi. You already know. But for $1.25, guys, you can't beat it. It does make your skin soft. It does make your skin soft. So that's a plus. It makes your skin nice and soft. It does moisturize. You have like a nice shine for the summer, and it's not greasy. So I like it. It's $1.25, y'all. I don't think you can go wrong with that. You know what I mean? And if you want to try it and see if you like the scent, you could get that one instead of getting this one. This is still my all-time favorite. So yeah. Anyway, I was watching LadyRed's video because LadyRed sent me a DM with a link, right? And so I click in, and it's Gabi. I thought it was somebody covering Gabi, like one of the Fearless 15. No, I clicked right into Gabi. I thought I was going to be immediately blocked. She didn't. She was on next level. So when this live is over, I'm going to share LadyRed's video she just did. The chat was crazy. I wanted to reply back to LadyRed, but I was afraid I was going to get blocked, so I just didn't. But it was hilarious, freaking hilarious. The chat was hilarious. She was reading excerpts from her book. That's not a book. I don't know what it. Anyway, whatever. I'm not an author. Okay. I've written some poems, had them published, but I'm not an author. But even I know that's not a book. That's she writes like a paragraph, and that's or a paragraph or two, and that's a chapter. Anyway, and it's just her praising herself and how strong she is and how fierce she is and how she took down the bullies one bully at a time. Girl, what? Anyway, hilarious, guys. I will be linking that video. She just did it. I was watching it before here, but I was in the live watching it with her and DMing with her like, girl, that was fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. She was like, I'm editing the video right now. I was like, yeah, need to, girl. And she called the Florida's own J.K. Rowling. I almost fell out. She said that in the chat. And she said, that's going to be my title. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be. Hilarious. Freaking hilarious. Hi, Betty. How are you? So this is Betty. This is the woman that I was talking about earlier who is dealing with a lot. If we could keep her in our prayers. As I said, when I get her GoFundMe link from Sophie, I will be sharing it. Again, if no one's obligated to help, please don't help if you're going to try to throw it in somebody's face later because she didn't want to ask for help because we know how the internet is. But if we could come here and give our opinions and commentate and critique people, can't we also try to help people when they're struggling? I've been there. You guys know 5 years ago, I was struggling, living in Brooklyn, living with my ex who was an active addict, who still is an active addict. And people helped me with groceries and helped me with necessities and helped me deal with the DDs who were coming after me, trying to extort me, trying to get me to pay debts with my body and all the other things that go along with that. So I will always be grateful for the kindness that I was shown. And when I can pay it forward, I will do that. So that's that. Yes, it's a pamphlet. I know. I know. It's good to as toilet paper. And Lady Red, she's gonna buy the book, and she has to read it for us. So Gabby keeps talking about her book, but she read the book like 1,000 times. Like, who's gonna buy it? Well, you've already read it to us over and over and over and over and over again, girl. Like, I don't. And she's like, oh, it's on Amazon. It's going on Amazon. It was like one run-on sentence. I swear, she used no punctuation. Like, it was a run-on sentence. Like, anyway, she says she's having someone proofread it and correct everything. That is, oh my God, pobrecita, that poor lady. That she needs to get paid extra. Extra, because that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Where's Mama Goose? Hey, Mama Goose, how are you, sweetie? I know, girl. I know. This one I have. JJ got me this. JJ got me this one, and it lasts forever, guys. It lasts forever. I showed you how much and I use it. I use it all the time, and I like it doesn't dry out because it comes with this little protective thing. And I still have that much. I use it all the time, guys, all the time. This lasts forever. So anyway, whatever. But so yeah. So I got this one just, so I won't, because $50, $60, Lord of mercy. But I love it. I ain't complaining. Okay, so I made a couple of videos because I've been getting some feedback from people. One person even called me a bully. Said they don't care that I bully Lori, but I am a bully. Hey Ellen, how are you doing? Oh my God, Lady Red, it is my favorite ever. I love it. This one is the caramel and pistachio. I have this body spray. I always keep the body spray. Love it. It's so good after a shower. It's just so good. You take a shower and you put this on. I'm telling you, my dude is like, the other day we were at lunch and I didn't use this and he could tell the difference. He's like, you didn't use that lotion. Damn it. Damn it. I was running out the house. I was pissed. I was like, never again. Never again. Yeah, I don't know if you can add the link because I think Ahmad has to add it. Hold on. Who's trying? I don't know. I don't know, Eldon. I don't know. Yes, add helping people to stay unashy. I don't know if Sophie already posted it, Betty. If she did, I will get it from her either way, and Betty's link will be in the description of this live for her GoFundMe, as will Lady Red's channel. Um, all the links will be in the description of this live. As soon as I'm done, I will have Betty here, her link for her GoFundMe to help with a ramp for her husband's wheelchair. Hey, Bubsy, how you doing, beautiful girl? Put the link in your on your community. I will, and I'll put it in the description of this live as well. Okay, and then I'll just share it to my community tab. Again, no one is obligated to donate, but if we could help a community member that is having a hard time and trying to build a ramp in her home so her husband can have wheelchair access, you know what I mean? Like, she's not over here asking for Natasha Denona palette, y'all. She's not asking for money for a BBL, y'all. You know what I mean? Sheesh. So, I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was saying before that. Shit. JJ and Bliss Chris gave me their ADHD by proxy. Lord of mercy. Ellen. I said hello to my Ellen, right? Yes. So, I remember now. Right. So I'm not going to shout out the person because they have the right to their opinion. They weren't like cursing at me. They were like, I don't really care, that you bully Lori, but you're a bully. I'm like, okay, I'm a bully. I guess I am because I'm a bitch. So yes, just another avenue to check out Habitat for Humanity. Exactly, Lady Red. Um, I guess I am a bully. I don't mean to be. Like, my bio on my channel says I stand against bullying in all its forms, and I believe that. Telling the truth, sometimes harshly, because I do call Lori a B word sometimes, is harsh, right? My language is not for everybody. I get that. Like, I curse like a sailor, so some people are like, that's not ladylike. I'm like, fuck you, gotta control myself. So, but I've been working on the cursing, guys, because I know it's not ladylike. It's not ladylike. Anyway, so I'm working on that. I even did a short saying where I was gonna cut back on my Lori content. I don't know, right? Can a bully be bullied? And I don't know. I guess a bully can be bullied because there's always a bigger bully. But if somebody's trying to say I'm more of a bully than Lori is, I don't know what universe we're in. I guess it's subjective, right? I guess it can be subjective. Like, people can be like, hey, she's a bully, but you're a bully. Okay. Hey, friendly girl from Alaska. How are you, Chula? So good to see you. And I get it. I get it. People are like, you always, coming for Lori. She keeps doing stuff. She keeps saying stuff. Like, it's hard. Like, I've been still, watching Mickey Mouse fan and everybody else that's talking about Lori, and it's so hard to contain myself, especially when she's using religion now. I take great offense to that. I take great offense to anybody that uses religion as a shield to try to absolve themselves of disgusting things that they're doing, to pretend that you've repented. And again, let me not go there because people get their panties in a bunch. I just feel like it's disrespectful. Okay. Yeah, you don't even know what Revelations is, a book in the Bible, the last book of the Bible, but you're reading the Bible, girl. I call BS. Trying to control myself. I call BS. All of this is for show, right? Reading the Bible, you don't even have a Bible. You can go, I think she was expecting somebody to send her one. Girl, you can go to a church. Go to a church and they will gift you a Bible that has the Old and the New Testament right there. All of it in one. Boom, bam, right there. Go to a church and get a Bible. Like, she's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. So I've tried to scale it back because it is biased now. And I try to get people to understand that I'm coming from a perspective of having been her daughters. Having been her daughters, and I didn't have an outlet. I didn't have a safe space. I didn't have adults around us that wanted to protect us. And I think that people don't understand that we're trying to make Lori and other people like her understand the consequences, the lifelong damage that's being done to those girls. as someone who was there, and many other people have said that they were those girls too. You don't have to be a girl. If you were a boy, a man, and you were a boy that had to go through that, had a parent who was an addict, or a parent that was just abusive, verbally, physically, all the things, it brings back memories. Yes, I've tried so many avenues. If I get through, I get denied. I am still trying, but have a lot on my plate, and it seems I get more put on daily. And I understand that, Betty, and I know that people were giving suggestions of different, outlets and avenues, and it is hard and it is difficult. And like I said, I don't know if you were here when I said it, and my Wi-Fi, guys, I'm probably buffering or whatever. I see I have one bar. Um, I don't usually share GoFundMe's because you never know, right? And then it comes back on the content creator, like, oh, you endorsed the fraudulent X, Y, and Z. Um, but research was done, guys. Okay, and that's why I'm sharing it for her. Okay. And again, nobody's obligated to donate, right? You take a leap of faith. You donate what you're able to donate without it causing a dent in your pocket, or um without you missing it. If you can't afford to donate because you're going to miss it, then please don't donate. You understand? So I just want to say that. um I am newish, but I really appreciate what you're doing and for being someone people can talk to about staying clean. I appreciate that, friendly girl. Thank you so much. Prison always gives you one. Do the Bible studies and a real nice leather one. That can work. Mama Goose, you're hilarious. Lori can't understand English, let alone. And the Bible, some people take it literally, and it's fables to teach lessons, right? I'm not here to talk about religion, guys. I'm just talking about, that's what I got from the Bible. You know what I mean? Some people do take it literal. I know that they're all fables, not to sound disrespectful, but fables is the one word I can use, like tales, to teach lessons. You know what I mean? To teach life lessons. Um, yeah. If you can't afford to donate and still want to help, you can share the GoFundMe to others. Thank you, Lady Red. Exactly. Exactly. Um, and I appreciate you saying that. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because I understand things are hard, people are struggling, and no one's obligated. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, no one's making people obligated, but we don't have to be cruel either. You know what I mean? Hey, right quick, my girl, how you doing? Um, okay, so I wanted Lori, like I said, if I'm still probably once in a while I'm gonna speak about Lori, just I'm trying to tone it down. It's hard. I want to make a video all the time because she just keeps saying ridiculous things. Um, so I'm sitting on my hands a lot, guys. I'm sitting on my hands a lot because I'm trying to be a woman of my word. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about Lori all the time. It's hard because I do. I want to come at her all the time. Just like with Lisa. I have to watch Lisa through like Lady Red, with commentary, because I can't just watch her like that. It's triggering, it's upsetting. But with like Lady Red commentating, breaking it up with the songs and her editing, I'm able to watch Lisa more. I haven't really watched too much. I don't even know if Lisa's really been on. Um, so because I did see, of course, Lady Red did a Sunday Fun Day that she usually does with Lisa Richard. I haven't watched that yet because I was gonna watch the Gabi. I was watching the Gabi first. Um, and I don't really talk about Lisa because Lisa's just at a different. She's at a different level for me. You know what I mean? And it angers me, and then I try to understand, like, there's no excuse for the things Lisa does. None. Don't misunderstand me. I think she needs to be held accountable for all the lies she's put on her family, all the lies she's told to people, the harassment, all of that she's put people through. But she's just so sick. And now I think that she's using something else besides her DOC now. And it's just heartbreaking to watch. Hey, Corn's mom, how are you? It's all an act. She has court. Yeah, we know. She always does this when she has court. She always ramps up. Like, I saw a video on Mickey Mouse Fan channel today where she said villain, raggedy. I don't know why she's talking about raggedy tea. and Mickey Mouse are in trouble, and a bunch of others are in trouble. They don't try to hide the videos. Girls, none of us delete our videos from our channel. Like, I don't understand why she says that. Don't try to hide the videos now, girl. Who's hiding what? Like, what? What are you talking about? Like, girl, nobody's in trouble but you. She does this every time before court, and then she comes back after court and egg on her face, and she keeps doing it. And I think she's trying to convince herself. She's trying to amp herself up to be ready for court, because she keeps saying she has anxiety. I believe she does have anxiety, um, because she knows the only one in trouble is her. The only one not doing what they're supposed to be doing is her. She keeps coming live. We have the right to commentate and replay her lives. We're not doing anything else to her. Nobody, she said that they doxed her kids. No one that I've seen. I know Villain, I know Mickey Mouse fan hasn't. I have never seen Raggedy T or any of us that cover Lori dox her children. I saw a video today where Mickey Mouse fan covered Lori's daughters. Lori was showing a picture of her eldest, and Mickey Mouse fan blurred it out. You know, people don't have to do that, but that's what we're talking about, Lori. Nobody's putting your kids in danger but you. Nobody's exploiting your kids but you. Nobody's doxing your kids but you. They don't want to be on your channel. They don't on your account. They don't want to be on the internet, and you keep showing their pictures. And I think she does it on purpose to bait people so that they'll show her kids, so then she can cry when she showed her kids. But people still show a lot of respect and cover her kid. Thank you. And I appreciate your channel. I fucks with you, girl. You know that. But um I appreciate it because I'm able to absorb it. Like, I can't. It bothers me. It bothers me. You know what I mean? Because also, hey Camden, my girl. And you know why it bothers me too? Because my ex is still using, right? My ex is still using, and I worry about him every day. Um, so when I see Lisa like that, not only does it remind me of when I was wilding in the streets 20, almost 25 years ago, 24 years ago, it kind of reminds me what it looks like now and what my ex is probably going through, even though my ex has an apartment, thank God. You know what I mean? But it's dark. That life is dark. That life is you just chasing that drug all day, not thinking about anything else or anyone else. You can't think about your family. You can't care about your family. Eating is the last thing. I'm telling you, she'll stuff her face when her body can't take it anymore. And that's when she shoves everything in her mouth as fast as she can to go back to the races. You know what I mean? Um, and it's sad, and but nobody can help her but her. No one can help her but her. She can absolutely sue me. I would love to hear Lori in a deposition with my girl. Who's she suing though? Like, she's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. She tries to rage bait us. She does. She rage baits the shit out of me. Lori rage baits the shit out of me all the time. All the time I lose my shit. I swear to God. Especially when she was talking about Marty. Marty's pulling up. Me and Marty can go and have some coffee and we'll probably be dancing salsa together. Like, girl, don't threaten me with a good time. Send some Latinas down here. I'll show them how we do in New York City. They're from upstate New York or downstate Canada. I'll show them how we do in New York City, girl. You're going to threaten me with some Latinas. Girl, by the end of the night, we'll be dancing, singing. I'll take them to a Cuchi Fritos. A Cuchi Fritos, those little places where you see those hot lights in the front in the window with all the fried foods. That's a Cuchi Frito. Like, girl, we'll go to a Cuchi Frito. I'll buy them an empanada, some plátanos. Like, girl, don't play with me. You want to send somebody to kick my ass. Like, girl, shut your stupid ass up. Ain't gonna happen. Hey, pretend fashionista, my chula. I swear she swears. Marty want to pull up on ya. Girl, shut your ass up. I wonder if Marty knows you volunteering her to get two-pieced. Because I'm telling you, somebody pull up to me, you're coming into my area, which gives me the right to defend myself. Not saying I'm going to be fighting people. Because trust me, before I try to fight somebody, let's go have some food, girl. Let's go eat some Puerto Rican food, girl. What the hell we talking about here? You fighting for Lori? Do you even know Lori? Do you know Lori now? She's a racist. You fighting for somebody that is disrespecting your own heritage, like the way she disrespects Hispanic, she disrespects all ethnic groups. Like, girl, shut your ass up. You're gonna fight me for a racist? You crazy as hell. Hate money swipers, my girl. Take her to the bodega. I'm telling you. I'm gonna take her to a cuchifritos, JJ. I'm gonna take her. What? You get somebody to eat some good food. They don't want to fight you. They don't want to fight you, girl. Good music, good food. Lori who? Lori who? The fuck? I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about somebody coming to fight me, girl. Please, please. People tend to forget I have 5 bodyguards free. I even gotta pay for the bodyguards. I got 5 bodyguards on call at all times. How y'all getting through my 5 bodyguards and 9 brothers? Like, you're not getting through. There's a barricade around me. Like, y'all wildin'. Y'all wildin'. Like, how you getting through? How y'all getting through? You're not getting through. You're bugging. But anyway, okay. Pettiness aside, I was in Sophie's. I think the last time she went live, if I'm not mistaken. And some people were struggling with thoughts of relapse, you know. And I do like relapse prevention lives once in a while. Um, I used to, I used to hold groups, you know. Hey, Anita. I used to hold groups because I used to work at a drop-in center and I used to work at a harm reduction. And I used to facilitate groups. I used to facilitate relapse prevention groups and all those things, bereavement groups, all those fun things. And I used to help people with harm reduction. I used to do outreach, you know, help people with clean works. Hey, just saying, so good to see you, Mama. Bodegas always sold much cheaper when I was a smoker. Girl, I know. I used to be able to go to the bodegas and get the bootleg cigarettes. The bootleg cigarettes are just cigarettes that are from out of state, right? Because when you buy cigarettes in your state, it's stamped with your state. So when I bought cigarettes in New York City, they were stamped with New York. So the bootleg would just like Atlanta. They had the stamp from Atlanta at the bottom. So they would come, you know, the trucks would bring them from other states and they would charge you $10 instead of $16. So I used to pay $10, you know, less than that. But when I left New York, it was like $10 for a bootleg pack of cigarettes. Then I came to Jersey where the Jersey cigarettes were $10 and $11. What the hell? So the bodegas used to give you, and they used to sell the loose cigarettes for 50 cents. So if you didn't have money for a whole pack, you could buy a bunch of loosies. Then they went up, of course, to 75 cents. But I'm so glad I quit smoking. Thank God, because I can't. That's too much money. That's too much money. 1 husband, 1 brother, 2 sons, and 1 son-in-law. The wall is big around me also. Girl, I get it. I get it. My sons, they play no games. They're like, Mom, I don't know who thinks they're threatening you. They're going to have to come through us. I'm like, we're not even doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I would never put my sons in a dangerous position like that. But I'm just saying, like, there's a force field around. There's a force field. I'm mad little. My sons are all big. Like, there's a force field around me. Y'all not penetrating it, you dumbasses. Hey, Chanel, how are you, beautiful girl? Plus, Lori is so full of shit. She doesn't have any Black or Hispanic friends in New York. She has no one that cares about her in real life. She has burned every bridge. Exactly. She keeps saying Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans, but then she doesn't know the difference. Like, I call bullshit. Because if Lori would know. She calls everybody Mexican, and it's just so disrespectful. It's just so disrespectful, and it's really disrespectful. You know what I mean? The way she talks about Hispanics on a whole, the way she fetishes men like Black men or Jamaican men, or it's gross. It's gross, bitch. Like, that's why I'm telling you, she pisses me off because I did a video where I heard her say all the brothers, where she was like even dancing, her little stank dancing. All the brothers love Lori. And Heidi told me, she said, all the Blacks love Lori too. I had no idea. She said that shit too. That's even worse. That's even worse. Like, what? The Blacks love Lori? Like, what? And then, but the thing is that she says there's no race. We've heard Lori say there's no race. If there's no race, then why would you say the brothers and the blacks love Lori? Bitch, you said there's no race. We're all the same race. We all bleed red, right? And then I said we bleed blue until blood hits the air and it turns red. Bitch, if there's no race, you wouldn't need to say that. The blacks love Lori. The brothers love Lori. Bitch, I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that. The fuck? Here in Toronto, a pack is $24. Holy shit, $21. I quit a long time ago, but thanks to my teenagers, I want to light up. Girl, who you telling? The other day, I wanted to smoke really bad. I was like, oh shit. No, Cindy, don't you do it. Because I'm an addict. I can't smoke one cigarette. I was addicted to cigarettes for 27 years. So I'm like, don't even do it, girl. I'm trying to quit the vaping. My sons want me to quit vaping. I'm like, I quit smoking. Like, leave me alone with the vape for a little while. Like, Ma, vaping is bad for you. I'm like, okay, I'm trying. So now I'm gonna try to quit vaping too. Shit. I know Camden. She pisses. It's so gross, and that's why I get so angry with her, because not only does she say offensive things, ignorant things, she says racially offensive things. You know, and at first I was like, maybe she's just ignorant. Maybe she's racially ignorant. I no longer believe that she's ignorant. I believe that she does it on purpose. She knows what she's doing. She's just racist. She's this racist, and she thinks that because she was originally from New York. You haven't lived in New York for decades, girl. You know what I mean? You can't still use that New York stuff. You haven't been back to New York for over 20, 30 years. You can't say you're from New York. You know what I mean? That's like me. I went to North Carolina when I was 3 years old. Oh, I'm from North Carolina. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm from New York. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense. You're not. No, you're using New York to try to shield that you say offensive racist shit. That's like me being a racist and then trying to use that because I'm from New York, a diverse place, that automatically wipes my racism off the chart. No, there's racist people everywhere. There's racist people in New York City. Is she insane? And she's not from New York City. I'm saying she's from downstate. There's racist people everywhere. And I've said this as well. Downstate has a lot of racism. A lot of racism. Okay. Because when you go to jail in New York City and you're sentenced to state time, they send you upstate. And a lot of the jails have families, like brothers and sisters and aunts, and they all run the jail. And there's a lot of racism there. A lot. Okay. I'm not just saying that. I'm sorry if somebody's from upstate or knows a CEO upstate. There's a lot of racism up there in those jails. There is. So I don't understand. Lori Jones said that, just saying. She called people half breeds. She said it many times, half breed. That's something I don't mess with. Somebody years ago called a woman, a creator here on YouTube, her two children, because she's white and her children are half Hispanic. And this person called her children half breed bastards. And I was livid. And me and the creator didn't like each other. We still don't mess with each other. But I was livid. And I came and I spoke about that's disgusting. First of all, her babies are innocent. How dare you call her children half-breed bastards? You know what I mean? So for Lori to be calling anybody half-breeds and then to try to say, first she said breed. I said breed. No, you didn't. And then to say that it means inbreeding. If you did your research, girl, no, it doesn't, because I did my research and I know what half-breed means and what inbreeding and inbred means. And it's just ridiculous. And then when she's told, no, Lori, this is what it means, she keeps like doubling down. And that's when she makes the threats. That's when she made the threats of Mari and Tatiana coming to see me. Marisol, I don't care, right? Maribel, send them all to me, girl. I don't care. Like, who are you threatening? Mari. I think she thought, honestly, that because she said a lady, she didn't say my name. She knew who made the fucking video on TikTok, calling her out. But she didn't say my name. So that's why. And that in itself is racist. Because I'm Latina, Puerto Rican, automatically other Latinas have to come and check me. She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it how stupid and racist that is in itself. That because you know I'm Hispanic and I'm calling you out, you're going to say another Latina is going to come see me. Mari. Bitch, I don't care. Like, I don't care. The hell? Supposed to be afraid of Mari. Girl, I got a calmencita. I'll raise you. I'll raise you. I see your Mari and I'll raise you a calmencita. Trust me, she can't handle my calmencita. So I'm not worried about that shit. Blood isn't blue. Oh, it's a wives' tale. I always thought, well, listen, in the veins it looks blue. Okay? So let me live with that, thinking that it's blue in the veins. I learned that recently. Well, thank you for teaching me something because I don't want to be a dumbass and regurgitate shit that isn't true. Shit, I say stupid shit, but if I learn better, I try to do better. See, that's the difference, Lori. If I learn better, I'm not going to still run with ignorant shit or falsehoods. If I'm told the right thing, I'm going to correct it and not repeat the nonsense. Lori just repeats the nonsense on purpose. Ew, no, you crazy? I'll. What's that guy from the movie? Was it Jonah Hex, where he had a big hole in his cheek from chewing? Oh no, sorry. That's from American Dad. American Dad. Where the coach was it? Oh no, Cleveland, the Cleveland show, where the coach chewed so much tobacco that he had a big ass hole in the side of his face with his teeth showing. I gotta stop watching those damn shows. Sorry. I use the nicotine pouches sometimes. I usually vape. And I used to have the nicotine little vape thing. It was just like a nicotine. I don't know. I need to try something. I tried the patches too. They used to give me they used to get me antsy, like, you know what I mean? A little bit of anxiety. Oh shit, my sons are almost home. All right, I didn't even start the damn live about the damn relapse prevention, and my sons are almost home. Hey Tess, how are you? Anyway, I just think that, yeah, she is. Yeah, I think she's rage baiting us. I think that she's rage baiting us. I'm sober 5 years, September 3rd. I quit H, but I'm struggling to quit smoking cigarettes. Everything in its own time. And there's places you can call that will send you like the gum or the patches or the inhalers. There's a lot of places that will help you with quitting smoking cigarettes. For me, the vape helped me. I never thought I would be able to quit smoking cigarettes, and it took for me to start vaping and finding a flavor that I liked. I'm not suggesting vaping. Sophie's sending me a reusable vape, which was so sweet of her. I told her I would send her shipping. She said, no, it's a gift. She even bought me some flavor and stuff. So that was very, because I buy the disposable ones. So I paid $20 for a disposable one, but she's going to send me one that I just have to replace like the juice cartridges. So it'll save on money and it'll save on waste, right? Because this is a lot of waste. You know what I mean? So, but everything in its time, and congratulations on 5 years. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's a whole other lifetime. Like saying there is no race is effing racist. And I agreed, because you're erasing people's ethnicities, people's experiences. It's so racist. And she doesn't understand that. She doesn't understand that it has the reverse effect of what she's going for. She thinks it sounds good, but it sounds worse. It sounds worse. My kids are black and white, and that half-breed comment, and I'm so sorry. And I know a lot of people, like I have brothers that are biracial, you know what I mean? And nieces and nephews and all of that. My mom was very dark skinned, and we used to get a lot of comments because I'm lighter skinned, because my dad has blue eyes. My dad used to have like blondish hair. Now it's gray, but my dad has blue eyes, and my mom is very dark skinned. You know what I mean? So I used to get comments all the time growing up that wasn't my mother. And then I have brothers that are very, very dark skinned. I used to get comments all the time that I wanted to be black because I'm walking around with little black kids pretending that they're related to me. Then we have the same mother. Like, what are you talking about? I used to get in fights. I used to get in fights because people used to come try to bully me for simply walking from school with my siblings, because I was either trying to be white or I was trying to be black. I got it from all sides growing up, all the time, all the time. So when people make comments like that, it bothers me deeply, because I remember what I went through, what my mom had to go through, what my brothers and my little sister had to go through. You know what I mean? And it's not okay. It's not okay to make these comments. And I can admit that I have a lot more privilege than my siblings do, who are dark. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lighter, and I have brothers that are blue eyes. Like my family, my siblings were like the spectrum of the rainbow. So I know that I have more privilege than my brothers and sisters do who are darker. I understand that. You know what I mean? But it doesn't make it okay. And I don't mess with stuff like that. I say stuff that is offensive. One time I did a video and I was angry and I was animated and I said I made a very racially insensitive comment and I said something to the effects of I never I never did meth. I'm not white. And I was angry and I I said it angrily. But what I meant is that where I was from in New York City, I had never met anybody who had done meth, not professionally, not personally, never knew anybody that has smoked meth. It just wasn't the drug in my neighborhood, like crack, you know what I mean? Heroin, angel dust, all of that. I had never seen meth. But the way I said it was disrespectful and offensive. And I had a friend like got offended and she was like, "Hey, that was offensive. What did you mean by that?" And at first I got like I was defensive. You know what I mean? Um and then when I sat back, I was like, "Damn, yeah, look, fuck, that's kind of messed up. I'm not white. I don't do meth." You know what I mean? And I guess there's a lot of stereotypes when people say, you know, a lot of people when I was growing up, stereotypes were, oh, Hispanics are known for manteca, manteca's opiates, right? Heroin. They would say that black people was more with the crack. There's a lot of stereotypes. I'm not saying it's true. Those were stereotypes I grew up with, right? Meth was more white people and all of that. And those were stereotypes. So when I was angry, that stereotype came out of me. And I did apologize for it publicly on my channel, privately to the person that was offended, because I owed that. I was offensive. But Lori doesn't have that ability or even the want to understand that what she's saying is offensive and racist and do better. You know what I mean? So that to me that makes a big difference. I'm a recovering alcoholic and the summertime is the worst and very tempting. Yeah, I get it. I quit drinking almost 20 years ago and it has been extremely tempting lately, but I just pray and try to. And I think the most important thing, if I could tell you, the most important, there's going to have to be a part two, guys. I'm so sorry because I strayed away. My sons are almost home. And um, I will do a part two where we'll just go straight into relapse prevention and I'll have a checklist of things that you can use. Um, but for me, the most important thing in preventing a relapse was learning to cope. You know, I lost my sister, then I lost my mother, and I was afraid that I would relapse. Losing my sister was like my best friend. She was. And my mom was my mom. You know, no matter what I had been through with my mother, that's still your mother. And I didn't relapse because I had learned how to cope. I had learned that that's not the way I deal with my problems because if I use, I'm just going to have a bigger problem. Those other problems are still going to be there. And now I have an even bigger problem because I have a problem because I'm upset, right? I just suffered a loss. So I don't want to deal with that hurt. So I use. That hurt is still there, right? I'm just not feeling it. Now, on top of that hurt and that grief that I have to deal with, I have another problem because now I'm going to neglect my family. I'm going to neglect my job. I'm going to neglect my home because now my focus is all on this substance again because I'm an addict, right? So if I relapse, I go right back into addict mode. And there's no one for me, right? It's full force. So now everything else falls short. And then when I'm still, and then it's going to lead me on a spiral because I'm still going to feel that. Every time I think about my mom, that grief is going to hit me, make me want to use more and more and more. And it's this endless cycle of insanity. You know what I mean? So learning to cope, learning that you have to feel these things. It has to hurt. It's going to hurt. You know what I mean? Bad things happen to us all. Learning that life is fair. If life wasn't fair, it would happen to only a few people, not everybody, right? Life happens to any and all of us. God forbid you could be in a car, have a car accident, you could be on a boat, the boat could capsize. You know what I mean? Like bad things happen to everyone. You could be walking, jogging, and have a heart attack. Life happens equally to any and everyone. So learning that life is fair and it happens to us is important. I can see how that would lead to an identity crisis in your teenage years. Some will perceive you as only one and never, yes. And my brother used to feel like My brother was so dark that he started hating his own skin color. I've shared that. My brother hated being dark. And I used to tell him, you are beautiful. Like, your color is beautiful. Your skin color is beautiful. And it took him a long time to love the skin that he was in, because he didn't look like the rest of his brothers, like, or sisters. You know, my brothers after him were dark, but me and my brother were light, right? Because we have different dads. And he was the first little brother that was extremely dark skinned, because his father's black and my mother's already dark skinned. Um, and it was hard for him because his brothers and sisters were lighter than him, and all the rest of the family was lighter. You know, he was raised with my brother's grandmother, um, who were all Puerto Ricans. So it was extremely hard for him. And my little sister, because my little sister has a wider nose, her hair is coarser, and it was hard. It was hard. So when people make comments like that, it hurts me deeply, from my brothers and sisters, and again from my mom. My mom used to be called monkey, you know, horrendous things used to be said about my mother. Hispanic people didn't know my mother spoke Spanish, so they would call her mono in Spanish. It was, and she got it from all sides. She got it from all sides. You know, my grandmother, my mother's mother, had blue eyes, had green eyes. May she rest in peace. And people used to say that wasn't her mother. You know what I mean? So people have to be aware of their words. And sometimes we say things we don't mean out of anger, but we have to apologize. We have to apologize. Can't just be offensive and act like you're not going to correct it or acknowledge that you offended and hurt people, especially when you're on these platforms. You have an influence. Doesn't matter how big your influence is. Doesn't matter how many subscribers or followers you have. If one person follows you, you have an influence over that one person. You have a moral obligation to try to do no harm to them. Lori is holding a Bible up to her head and sitting in silence for 3 seconds and calls that repenting. She has no idea what she's talking about, and she weaponizes God. I know she does, Camden. That's what I was saying. People like her and others that weaponize God piss me off. They piss me off because they think that it's going to make people shut up. I've already made good with God, so F you. They continue to come onto social media and subject us to the bullshit and expect no one to have any feedback. I don't expect people not to criticize me. I know I've said a lot of stupid shit out of my mouth. I'm going to say stupid shit tomorrow. You know what I mean? But if somebody comes to me and they're giving me valid criticism, now you know the trolls that just come in, and there's a difference. But when people give me valid criticism, I'm going to have to absorb that and understand that they have the right to that. You know what I mean? Sorry, guys. Sorry, my throat was dry. Sorry about that, guys. Been clean since 2016. Today, art is my addiction. Seriously, I'm starting new hobbies faster than my pocketbook can allow. Test me too. My diamond art is my latest obsession. I was pissed. I ordered a set of 6. I had shared it on my community tab. That is so relaxing to me. In my leisurely time, that's all I want to do is diamond art. And it was supposed to come yesterday, and it didn't come. And then I had to confirm it. It was supposed to come yesterday. Then it was supposed to come today. And I got a thing saying, do you want to cancel the order or would you like it tomorrow? I'm like, I'm not going to cancel it. Just bring it tomorrow. But I was pissed. And my son, when he comes home from softball and takes a shower, I'm going to ask him to drive me somewhere so I could pick up a diamond dart for today. You know what I mean? Because I ordered it from Amazon. But he could take me like to Michael's or somewhere so I can get a diamond dart for today. Because it's good to keep your mind occupied. Do something that's fun for you. Positive. You know what I mean? Good addictions, because when you an addict, you have an addictive personality. It means that you find something that makes you happy and you want to do it over and over and over again. And as long as it's something that's not causing you harm, my diamond art, I do it. I love it. I spend more money than I'd like to admit on it, but it's important to find something to substitute your time. In a relapse, you pick up right where you left off. That's why so many OD, they go back to using the same amount they were, exactly, because they think they can go back to their usual use, and your body is not used to that anymore. You don't have the same tolerance you had when you were using every day. So many people lose their lives and OD because they think they could go, however, whatever your drug of choice was, using that same amount is deadly. You know what I mean? Using any amount. Okay. It's a game of Russian roulette. It's a matter of life and death. And that's why it's scary, because not everybody's guaranteed to come back from a relapse. And I think that's why it's so important that people also understand relapse starts way before you pick up the drug. Relapse starts with an emotion. You get a feeling, whatever feeling that is that motivates you. It doesn't even have to be a negative feeling. It could be a positive feeling. Some people relapse out of celebration. Have you ever seen people like, oh my God, I made a month clean, and then they go celebrate and get high? You know what I mean? So it doesn't, any extreme emotion, extreme highs or lows or anything can lead you to relapse. So it starts with an emotion and then the thought, and that thought festers and festers. Relapse is already started then. That's the beginning of relapse. Relapse is not when you pick up that drug or utilize that drug. Relapse starts way before that. And that's the signs that people have to be aware of, because if you're aware of the warning signs, you can stop it, or you can attempt to stop it, right? Reach out to somebody, call somebody, run to a meeting. Sounds stupid, but trust me, there's been plenty of times early in my recovery where I almost relapsed. And instead of going to the cop man, I went to a meeting, and it saved my life. And I said, I was just about to use, and they cried with me, and they got me through it. And they said, one day at a time, one day at a time. And these cliches are said for a reason, because they've worked for so long. One day at a time. It works if you work it. And these are things that is easy to repeat, because in those moments of you feeling low, you recite them to yourself, and it can snap you out of it. When you're having those obsessive thoughts that you want to get high, you switch the obsessive thought with one of those cliches, and it can distract you long enough to make a phone call, reach out to somebody, walk to somebody's house. So it's about having a plan, a positive plan, a relapse prevention plan, a treatment plan, if you will. I'm 68, between arthritis and another skin cancer on top of my head. I've been tempted, but go on. And Mama Goose, God bless you. God bless you. Making it to 68 is an amazing thing. You know what I mean? There's so much more, and I understand. I don't know what it is to go through what you're going through, but everything else will get worse, Mama Goose. You won't worry about your health anymore, because you won't be able to. Your focus will shift right back to that substance, and you deserve better. Your family deserves better. You know, there's always hope, right? But if you go back into addiction, hope is gone. That hope is gone for the moment. One thing that helps me, that someone told me once, was tolerate feeling uncomfortable. Exactly, Camden. Exactly. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. You have to. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You have to understand that there's going to be many times where you're uncomfortable. There's going to be many times where you're feeling feelings that you don't want to feel. Awkwardness, right? We don't like to feel sad. We don't like to feel grief. But these are feelings that we have to feel. I say it all the time. I swear to God, if I ever get merch, that's going to be one of them. You have to feel it to heal it. I believe that. I believe that. You have to go through your feelings, these emotions, for it to heal. It's for you to get through it. Because if you don't, it's still going to be there, and it's going to fester and get worse and worse and grow like a cancer and grow like a fungus. It's not going to go away. You know what I mean? My daughter was an H addict, clean for 3 years, but struggled living a sober life and unalived. I wish I was more aware of what addicts deal with, so I could have helped her. Quick check. I'm so sorry for your loss. And you loved her. There's nothing more we can do for addicts. And I speak from the point of view of having been an addict and then loving addicts. When my mom passed away, my mom had relapsed, because my mom had a lot of illnesses, right? She had triple bypass surgery. She had amputations from her diabetes. She had COPD. She had a chair. She couldn't walk. She had oxygen. She had found out a few months before she passed away that she had cancer. Um, she was in extreme pain. She was on pain management. She was in pain all the time. And she said that the drug helped her deal with the pain. And I was so angry at my mom. I was so angry at her. Because I'm like, after all this, all my whole life, basically, she was an addict. And then we get close when I'm an adult. She's in recovery, around my kids, used to sleep over. We spent every Thanksgiving and New Year's together. And then I knew because she started losing a lot of weight. And I just knew, and I had to distance myself from my mother. And that was hard. I couldn't be around her. I had her, and then I had my husband, like pulling on both sides, going to work, had my mother texting me, I need money for cigarettes, had him texting me, I need money for this, had my son's mom, this is missing, mom, my controller's missing, mom, my sneakers are missing, mom, this is happening, dad's doing this. I had to come home on my breaks, deal with my husband. My mother had triple bypass, came to my house so that she could recuperate. And I'm going to work and they're both using together. And I was like, Mom, you gotta go home. You gotta go home. And my mom passed away. And I had a lot of guilt for a long time. A lot of guilt for a long time that I failed her, because I put up boundaries that I had to. So I'm so sorry for the loss of your daughter. But sometimes you have to let go of that guilt and understand it's not ours to carry. And that's something that I deal with to this day, and that's why when I was talking about Chanel and I saw these things, these women, the things they were saying to Chanel, it bothered me because Chanel had the right to put up her boundaries. And people are still angry at things that she shared. And I think exposing people's secrets, right? People are only as sick as their secrets. That's another cliche, but it's said for a reason. And when I came and I shared that my husband had been in relapse for years, it was kind of, I was forced. I felt forced to say it. I didn't want to tell a story. But once I did, I felt a relief because I had been keeping that. I would come online and do my lives and try to smile and be silly. And I was dying offline. That only my closest friends knew the things I was dealing with every day. And it was such a relief to be able to share that. I no longer had to pretend. You know what I mean? Very sorry to hear that, right? It's very hard to adapt to regular life after addiction. I struggled for a long time and felt like the people around me didn't understand. You have to go through it in order to move on from it. I remember when my dad passed away, people were trying to give my mom Xanax to get her through the funeral. My sisters and I said, absolutely not. Yeah, Xanaxes are highly addictive, and a lot of people, right? Like you'll hear in movies. You have ever seen in movies that like somebody has a loss, and at the funeral or after, they're like, oh, here, and they give them a Valium or a Xanax, and it's like socially acceptable. Like, oh, take a Valium. Highly addictive. Same thing with Xanaxes. And it can happen. It can begin just like that. It can begin just like that. So I'm so glad that you and your sisters were like, nope, nope. She's gonna have to deal with it. And I'm sorry for the loss of your dad, but I'm grateful that she had you guys to protect her, because she could have it could have been an ongoing thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes we say things out of generational ignorance. I agree. Oh my God, I'm way back here, guys. I agree. We say things and they're ignorant, but then when somebody pulls you up on it, you apologize, you know? And I think we could all do better at distinguishing between someone who makes a stupid comment and an actual shit person. Everyone is so quick to cancel people today over the stupidest shit. Yeah. Yeah, I saw people were clipping that from my channel, and they don't realize when you clip something off of somebody's channel, it tells you who clipped it, what they titled it. I don't care. Clip stuff from my channel. I don't turn off that feature. I don't care. But to be calling me racist, you have no idea. Now, what I said was offensive. It was offensive. And I realized that and I apologized. Genuinely. I didn't do it like out of damage control. I sat and I thought about it and I was like, yikes. Yikes. That was some bullshit I said, you know? And I even had women that were like, I'm white. I didn't take offense to that. And I'm like, yeah, but someone did. Someone did, right? So I can't invalidate her feelings because someone else doesn't feel offended by that. Because when I thought about it, I was like, damn, that was offensive as hell. I knew that it was offensive after I thought about it. I was like, yikes, Cindy. Well, I listened back, I was like, oh, and I said it like twice. I said it like twice. The video's still on my channel. I don't delete shit off my channel. I don't delete things off my channel. The video's still on my channel, and I said it like twice, and it's offensive, but it's a timeline of things that happen, and the apology, me apologizing, is also on my channel. So, sorry. When my blue eyes, red-headed daughter gave birth to the the first thing she said was, well, she didn't get much from me, right? My mom said that too. You got a lot from your father. The only thing I didn't get was his blue eyes. Damn it, my brother's got his blue eyes, but I didn't. Well, some dumb comments are made out of generational ignorance. We still have the capability to learn and change. I agree. I agree. And again, like, you learn things from your family. You hear your grandmother say some old stupid shit, and it gets ingrained in you. But then as you learn better, you do better, right? You evolve. And some people don't have the ability. Lori, truly, in my opinion, doesn't want to learn, doesn't want to do better, because she thinks that, I don't know what the fuck she thinks, because I can't think that dumb. You make the right decision. Doctors are part of the problem. I agree, right quick. I agree. Doctors need a lot more training in addiction. I think that, and there needs to be a lot of cross training to understand that drugs are not just street drugs. A lot of it starts from your pharmacy, from your medicine cabinet. A lot of teenage kids digging in their parents' medicine cabinet, and then it becomes a problem and they can't get those pills anymore. So now they have to resort to the street stuff that's cheaper than those pills. How someone takes the criticism from people after they made a dumb comment is always telling. I agree. Hi, my Deborah. How are you, my girl? I'm doing a million things, but I can't wait. I'm going to rewind and listen. Okay, I was just talking crap, mama. I was just talking crap. We have an obligation to learn. I agree. And I definitely agree, Eldon. I think we all have. Every day that you're alive, you should be learning something new. You should be wanting to learn something new. The day that you stop learning is the day that you're no longer living, right? Every day you grow, you learn. That's just how I feel about that. My condolences to you. So very sorry your daughter struggled. Yes. The day I stopped learning is the day. Oh my God. See, LadyRed? Girl, we're in sync, girl. We're in sync. Exactly. I feel the same way, LadyRed. I was afraid of relapse after a major surgery. Test me too. I was supposed to have a hysterectomy, and I didn't have it. Because I was like, nope, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I was so afraid because that pain is excruciating, right? When I had my emergency gallbladder surgery, they gave me like a Percocet. And then after that, I took damn ibuprofen, those ibuprofen 800 or some shit, and I was good. But a hysterectomy, shit, it was not going to be that. And my doctor was like, girl, I don't know what you think, but you need some pain medicine. Because I was like, can I do it without pain medicine? My doctor looked at me like, girl. So I refused. And then I'm telling you, the universe works, because I had severe endometriosis and it was excruciating. And then, the mother nature took over, and that time of the month stopped and the pain stopped. So it's like, I get to stay with my damn useless uterus. I don't need to get rid of it now, unless God forbid, you know what I mean? Something happens that I need it out, but I was supposed to get it out because the pain was excruciating. And then that time of the month stopped happening, and so the pain stopped happening because there's no more. It was the lining. Endometriosis is because that lining of your uterus is so thick, and when it sheds, it's extremely painful and all the things. So since my lining isn't shedding anymore, I'm not experiencing that extreme pain anymore. So I, I'm okay for right now. They do still check to make sure no fibroids or none of those things, no cysts are forming and stuff, because then I'll have to get the surgery. But I'm okay for now, and that's because I was afraid to test. Is what I'm saying. And I've been 24 years in recovery, excuse me, but the fear of relapse never leaves me because I have to keep that up front. There's not a day that I could say that'll never be me, because the day you say never is a day, the day that you forget is the day that you're doomed to repeat it. So I never say never. I keep it up front, and I have to be honest with myself. I have to know that I'm an addict. Okay, I'm in recovery, but I have an addictive personality, and it'll be all she wrote for me. So early in recovery, meetings saved me, made me feel like there were people that did understand me too. Meetings saved my life in the beginning of my recovery. Putting a temporary band-aid on something just leaves you with scabs that you'll pick away at forever. I agree, just saying. I agree. You have to let it heal. You have to let it heal. And those scars, those scabs will heal, fall off, and even the scar will lighten. But you have to allow it to heal properly. You can't hide it or tuck it away somewhere. It's important. It's so important, you know? Thank you. She seems so tormented with addiction. The struggle is real, heartbreaking. It is. And that's why it's so important for people to have outlets and have people to talk to or share. And that's why meetings, I'm telling you, meetings were the most important thing for me. Having people that I could relate to, and we would go to coffee afterwards, we would go to lunch, and I had that positive support instead of being around people that were using, because if you go around people that are using, you're going to use. I needed people that were in recovery that I could do everyday things with, because boredom in the beginning of your recovery or your sobriety is idle hands, right? The devil's playground. So I had to fill that time. Boredom was a big thing. If I'm bored, I wanted to use. Everything felt boring without substances. So I had to fill that time at first with everything. All my waking hours had to be filled with something to keep my mind occupied. And then I just started going to lunch and doing things and distracting myself and realizing that everyday tasks like cleaning the house and doing laundry and playing with the kids was fun, because for so long it hadn't been fun anymore because I was under the influence. So everything without any influence seemed boring. And then when I started learning about myself and all that stuff, this stuff seemed so fun, and using drugs seemed so insane to me. Like, how did I enjoy feeling like that? Or being out of it and not, I don't know. I keep that shit up front, like, girl, you were crazy thinking that was fun. Ugh, I can't. I can't. I'm scared to death. I gave my husband the pills to keep the temptation at bay. Good. That's right. Where he can give it to you as needed, right? And that helps us. That helps us too when we know that somebody else is keeping track. You know what I mean? And that's why I still do a program, guys. I still go and have a counselor and do all the things all these years later, because it holds me accountable. Where I signed to do random urine toxicologies, because in my brain that's what works for me. Even all these years later, I go and meet with a counselor, I make groups, all the things, and give random urines, because I want to do that. Because again, that's what holds me accountable. Because knowing, Cindy, they could pull you in to take a urine, you know, whenever they want. It's just something that I need to do for me. Holding myself accountable is all that matters. Other people, I'm not pretending. My recovery isn't for anybody else. It's for me. It's real, right? I need to be clean and sober. I love my life. I struggle. I had to leave New York 3 years ago, left my home of over 20 years, left my marriage of nearly 30 years, had to come into a home that isn't mine with my sons. I'm not complaining. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. But uprooted my whole life. You know what I mean? And I'm so happy. I'm so happy in my life. I'm single. I'm not, you know what I mean? Not married, not nothing. I'm single. I focus on myself. I focus on my sons, on making myself happy. You know what I mean? Like, I was married for so long that I forgot what Cindy looks like alone. You know, it was always Cindy and Alex, Cindy and Alex. There wasn't one without the other. So, oh no, no, it's okay. So my son's home, guys. I'm gonna have to. So listen, guys. I promise I'm gonna do a part two. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be back Wednesday, guys, and we'll just do relapse prevention. I'm sorry I didn't read the rest of the comments, guys. I apologize. Hey BX, I'm so happy to see you. I am so sorry, guys. I was in my son's room and he came home. I will do a part two on Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday, same time, 1 o'clock. I'll be back Wednesday. We'll do a part two, and it'll be just relapse prevention. I want to go through a checklist with you guys. If you guys have anything you'd like to add or any questions, please do it in the comment section after this live is over, and I will go through my comment section and answer all the questions Wednesday. I'm going to schedule the live right now. It's going to be 1 o'clock on Wednesday. I will be back here and we'll do just relapse prevention. We'll go through a checklist of things that worked, things that I think are helpful, and all those things. And I apologize, guys. I should have scheduled this better. Um, Hey, Erica. Okay, but I will be back. I promise Wednesday. Okay, guys, and we will continue this. Please, I'm so sorry, guys. Forgive me. My son is home and I'm in his bedroom. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Wednesday at 1, we'll be back and we'll continue this. Okay, forgive me, guys. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Again, leave any comments of any questions you may have and we'll go over them on Wednesday. Okay, guys, I'm sorry again. And I love you guys. And I will see you Wednesday.